We need to stop the war on addictions. Welcome to the True Mark. How I believe within what we're what I'm about to talk about is because I lived it. When I was a little kid, a little boy, I had my it goes back a long, well, obviously a long time. I got introduced to sniffing glue, and that was a thing that carried on for about a year. And then from there, the people I was hanging around with moved away, and that was the best thing that ever happened. But and then my addiction broke away because the people I was hanging with, they moved. But if they wouldn't have moved, God only knows where it would have ended up. But that ended that for I can't even remember how long, but I know I did it for about a year, and that was a tough addiction to break. And then from there, I started drinking wine. You know, drinking wine. Went to a friend's house, and then started drinking for the first time, drinking wine. And then from there, smoking cigarettes, cigars, and then from hard liquor, and then to hard drugs. And so addiction, I ended up in jail, and they forced me to go to treatment, but treatment didn't work. But I mean, I found God at that time, and God took the cravings away. And so then I believe it, like I said before, like yesterday on our last video, I said we're in a loop. Even as a little kid, I became in a loop. And that loop, the way it broke is when the people moved away. I was connected to people, and that's where all addictions come from. Who we hang around with and stuff, and we get introduced to stuff, and then we get lost within ourselves because we're not aware of it. And even these people are into this meth, crack, or whatever they're doing, fentanyl. It's no different from any kind of drug. Once you get addicted to it, you become that codependent on it, and it leads to more. Like I mean, you got to break it at the first part, at a younger age, and that's why, you know, I wanted to start this group. It's more for awareness. Like if you look at the picture of that little girl, she's like 3 years old. And if we had enough people that we could be aware and be aware of everybody's actions, and we could stop it before it happens. And that's why, I wanted to create this group, and on top of it, to get that spirit fed within us. Because once you have that spirit fed within us, we have something to hold on to get us out of them loops. But if you don't have anything, what do you have? You have nothing. But all these people that are addicted out there, I was one of them. So I know I'm aware of it. But I'm also aware that of the spirit as well, because I have that within me, and I know it works, and it takes me out of that opportunity where you can't have that first hit of anything, because that first hit for me, it just leads me into it. So I know not to touch it. But all these other people out there, they have maybe different addictions, different ways. Like, first of all, like even alcohol. Alcohol could lead on to more. But if you have control over it, some people do. But I mean, there's always that chance that you'll lose that control. And that's where the war on addiction comes in, because we lose sight. And if you have something to keep you in sight, then maybe you won't lose sight. But I just don't want to take any chances with myself. But by having something within you, like starting at a younger age, you could be aware of it. So nobody of that little girl will never fall into that, because we'll be more sharp, aware on it. Like we're aware, like, and you want to stay aware. So to keep going, you have to stop somewhere. Like, I mean, or else a lot of people die through their addictions. They lose their family, they lose their loved ones, through addiction of certain kinds. Like, even, but all addictions is still addictions. We have to break the cycle. And where do we start? And where do we end? Like, it's a scary place. But me, I really believe in the Spirit, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and that keeps me strong enough to stay away from it. And I just want to pass it on to other people that what really works. I got lucky losing some friends that moved, but some of these other kids out there, their friends are still there with that fentanyl, with that crystal meth, and all that, and they can't lose sight of it because it's there constantly. Even our cities and towns are ignoring it, or ignoring the facts that these people are out there, you know, middle of winter, got firewood, got people bringing them food and stuff. Well, I want to bring them the spirit within them. That's what my goal is to try to do, because everybody has that right to have that freedom. I'm going to sign off now. Till next time.